Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I just wanted to do a quick video on this really impressive looking Godzilla Minus One sculpture from Beninside Studio. I don't often talk about Beninside Studio. In fact, this is my first video actually discussing a piece from them. And I don't really talk kits that much either on the channel, but I do love kits, and I followed Beninside Studio's work for the last couple of years, and their stuff always impresses me. But with this particular Minus One kit that they've put together, I just thought this thing looks so awesome that I wanted to show some of you who might be interested in possibly getting it. So there's only a couple of different photos here that I'll be cycling through in the video. I've taken these directly from Beninside Studio's Facebook page, but I gotta say that this opening shot here that I started with, this is the money shot here. That dramatic lighting picking up all these glorious details on this sculpt looks so impressive. I have to say, this is one of my favorite poses I've seen for a Minus One statue or figure since everything has come out from this movie from different companies. This is a really nice pose, kind of looks like it belongs on a poster. Now, there will be two different versions of this piece that you can get. There's a normal version and then there's an exclusive, so I will clarify the details with it. The normal version is what you see here in these images. You can get this as an unpainted version for $350 US, or you can get it pre-painted for $499 US. The exclusive version sounds like the really appealing one. Not that the normal version doesn't look and sound great as it is. The exclusive version, to my understanding, is limited to 30 pieces, and it will have clear dorsal plates and an alternate head that will be carrying a train. So basically a train biter head sculpt, which I have not seen pictures of at the time of this recording. I'm sure it looks just as good as this base head sculpt that we have here. You can get this exclusive version unpainted starting at $409 USD, and then pre-painted at a price of $599 USD. And just as a heads up, I don't believe that these prices include the cost of shipping, so that's something to factor in as well if you're considering getting this. In terms of specs for this kit, it stands at about 33 centimeters tall, 50 centimeters long, and is made of resin, and I believe it is also composed of 42 parts total. Now that we have those details out of the way, I just wanted to take a closer look at this sculpt itself. Again, jumping back to this shot, which looks amazing. This does look like it is from one of the posters. I could be wrong, but I just love this upward roaring look. The hands, the way that they're positioned in conjunction with the head pose and the shape of the tail, everything on here looks so on point. Absolutely love this. And from what I can tell, this looks pretty screen accurate. The proportions look good, the details look correct, the head sculpt looks very on point. Here we have a closer shot from this side here of the head. It looks great. Got that roaring look to it and that furrowed brow. Aside from the kit itself and the talent behind this sculpture, I will say that just the design of Minus One Godzilla, every time I see it in like a new version of a statue or a figure, I just fall in love more with it. I love that big dorsal plate there. That asymmetrical big dorsal is just something about it. Just really makes this design, it takes it a notch above most other designs for me. There's something about that slightly asymmetrical large dorsal plate that just looks great to me. Now this shot from the back, look at all this texture going on. This is crazy. It's interesting to see this thing unpainted because everything's kind of a similar tone, but those dorsals in conjunction with the amount of texture and detail on the body, there's so much going on here visually, but I'm sure that this thing painted up will be so impressive looking. Of course, this is just a prototype, so we don't have the final images here. The dorsals on this particular sculpt in blue, I think would really pop. I think especially because of the size of this sculpture, he's definitely on the larger side. That bright blue would pop so nicely with the rest of the texture and detail on this piece. Anyway, there's not too much else to say here. I don't want to drag it out, but I figured that this was an interesting piece and that some of you would be interested in this as well. Let me know if you're interested in me doing more videos on kits. I absolutely love kits and I've always kind of kept my eye on them. It's not something I collect myself, even though I love building and painting Godzilla stuff. I've definitely customized a lot of figures, but if I were to collect kits, I would quickly go bankrupt because there are so many that I would get, especially ones from Tease Facto. Those are some of my favorite looking pieces I've seen among any Godzilla collectibles I've ever seen. So that's going to be it for the video, but if you're new to the channel and you like the content, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and taking a look at my other Godzilla figure content on the channel as well. Lastly, thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.